better boots then. But if you're really as mobile as this Shaco has been, then yeah, you should probably go for something that gives you as many additional movement points as you can possibly get. And that is these boots. So the Zeal gives you even more movement speed, of course. It also gives you attack speed and critical strike. On Shaco, yeah, it's all about attack speed and, well, I guess attack damage. You can also build him AP, which is kind of a nice build as well. With AP builds, you can, I think, get some more damage done as a spike damage, because, well, the Jack-in-the-Box does more damage, and Tube Shift Poison does more damage, and, well, the exploding damage on, yeah, that guy, your clone, that actually does more damage. So you can do a little more damage, but with your skills, which is normally spike damage, because you can release all of your skills at once. But I think it's more of a useful build to go for, yeah, what this guy is going. So just the attack speed and attack damage. So Baron hasn't been warded by them, and that is because Shaco is running by it every now and then, and they have a good vision over where the opponents are. As soon as you lose track of where your opponents are, it is a really good plan to actually place a ward there, because you really don't want to lose to that kind of silliness. He has been using his Riddler's Lantern very regularly. This time putting the ward here, I think, because that's the only. Or is this his ward? I don't know. But I have seen it on cooldown multiple times, which is good. And that's the only way it can actually pay for itself. It is a reasonably useful item to have. But once you start placing the wards, you basically earn 75 gold each time you do that. Of course, Shaco has been buying a lot of wards to place in the jungle. So as you can see, there's slightly too many of them. And yeah, it gives them excellent vision of the enemy. I mean, no doubt about that. But you have to take care that you're not spending all of your money on wards. Wow. This Jack-in-the-Box getting completely shot by Corki there. And these two, yeah, they have to escape on their own. There's nothing he can do. He might be able to place a Jack-in-the-Box somewhere, but they're out now. And the enemy team just ran after them for a whole lot of time and didn't get any XP for that, or any gold, and their Irelia is still farming. So all in all, it's a good thing. Assuming that Irelia doesn't get caught here. But she gets out. So Shaco again going for red buff. That's his fourth or so. I don't know if the enemy team actually got their red buff now. I think that's the first one they actually took, because it is gone. But they might have also just killed the last minion finally, because, well, they do have a blue buff at least. And I'm trying to find the red buff here. Corki normally would take it, but he doesn't have it. Xin Zhao doesn't have it. And, well, Sinch didn't have it, and Soraka didn't have it, so there's only one remaining. And I think it's just they never got it. So the enemy team grouping up here all the time, and they're just trying to get out when they get caught, but are still farming quite a lot. Yeah, and this guy now dies to the whole enemy team. I really shouldn't be there. And Shaco is just going to guard this turret, I guess. Now joined by the Irelia. Annie was already there. And all in all, yeah, they can protect this turret pretty well. And sending in his clone to scout the bushes, placing a ward there to avoid getting ganked. And here we are with the whole enemy team. Yeah, they lose their blue buff. That's a shame, but there's nothing they could have done about that. So Shaco placing another Jack in the Box just to, well, stop the enemy from chasing him too much. But the enemy is still chasing him, and yeah, he's just too fast for them, so he's just toying with them a little bit. They don't actually engage, that's quite funny. I don't know, this guy is level 14 and he still has level on the wall. That's incredible. That's incredible. At level 14 you should have level 4 wall or so. I don't know. You should normally only get your Q 1 level and then level up the other 2 skills. And of course your ultimate when you can. So again, attacking from the back, that gives him a lot more damage, 20% more, which is a lot. And they actually get an easy dragon, because the enemy team was chasing Shaco all the time. And now they're, yeah, I don't know where they went. Probably back to base. But with all the vision they have in the forest and on the lanes, there wasn't really a risk of getting ganked there, or even the dragon getting stolen. Also, by with the dragon here, if you stand here, there's a smaller chance of Corki being here somewhere and shooting the dragon for the last hit, which is one way to steal the dragon, because the hit will then go onto you and not onto the dragon. So kind of a subtle thing there, but it does work. And especially with Baron you have to watch out for Corki, because, well, with his ultimate he can take some large shots at stealing that. And unless you clear all of the wards, yeah, and they don't have a CV up, you're going to run the risk of losing Baron. Of course there's still the chance of a blind steal, but that chance is really small. Yeah, not a lot to see here at the moment. A lot of farming going on, which is excellent, of course. They are losing a lot of champions in random fights in the jungle. But I just wanted to check. Oh, the red buff still hasn't respawned, or did someone finally take it? It still hasn't respawned, it seems. Or one of the enemy team took it. So one of the purple team, I should say. Actually getting this turret, so this is called split pushing. The whole team, or 4 team members, are pushing the top lane, while Shaco pushes the bottom lane, and this way they can the enemy team can react in 2 ways. They can either go for top lane, be 5v4, and that means that the 4 have to be a little bit careful, and yeah, then they might get a kill, so the enemy team might get a kill, but it's not very likely, as you know that you might be 5v4. They can also send 1 or 2 champions to the bottom lane, or 1 or more, I should say. If they send 1, then it's basically a 1v1 in the bottom lane and 4v4 in the top lane, and yeah, that's no problem. I mean, you can handle that. But with Shaco, he can escape, as you saw, by flashing through the wall. The same goes for a lot of other champions, Twisted Fate being one of them. Twisted Fate can teleport out, Shen can teleport to one of his teammates, and